Open Compute Project had achieved so much in the last 10 years. It all started out by having a couple engineers looking for innovation on their hardware gears. And today, we have over 250 companies, 5,000 engineers, 16,000 participants working hand-to-hand in 9 different projects and try to bring us the next generation infrastructure. These 9 different projects including compute, storage, networking, edge computing, artificial intelligence, and even advanced liquid cooling. The goal for all this project is trying to achieve an optimized solution to power our next generation data center. I think the goal is very obvious, and I think the benefit really benefit everyone. Inspur, we do consider ourselves as pioneer in open hardware initiative. We heavily invested in open hardware. That's why we become the first one to have a Scobio project. We're the first one to have a OTII edge computing product. And then of course, we heavily participate in an OCP, the Open Compute community, by working alongside with many of our partners. We have co-lead a project of Open RMC, and then we are in the process of contributing the first what we call the general purpose enterprise server that was targeted in some of the smaller cloud service provider as well as enterprise customers for the 1U and 2U. And we also participate in some of the artificial intelligence OAM projects and co-lead some of the designs as well. I think we have invested so much and we feel very grateful to have the opportunity to working with a lot of smart people in the community and working with them to make sure our design is feeding some of the real-time workloads. For the next 10 years, I do see OCP has some challenges that are ahead of it. However, I do see the community leadership, it's already working hand-to-hand with the entire community try to resolve this. Some of the example I can give you is most of the product we have showcased in Open Compute Project has been a very optimized solution at the L11 rack level. However, that does create an entry barrier for some of the enterprise customer who didn't buy IT infrastructure by rack as a unit. So that will be something we have to figure out as a community. How do we have pushing adoption, right, beyond just rack level? And of course, procurement practice and mission critical application, how does those gears get validated in some of the cloud environment? And those are the things we have to figure out as a community together for the next 10 years for pushing a greater adoption. But I think as a community, I feel very confident we will find that solution and then work toward to that more optimized and then wider adoption. What I think will be the focus area for the next 10 years for Open Compute Project will continue to innovate as we always do for the leading edge computing, storage, and networking, so forth. We already have sub-project focused on artificial intelligence, 5G, edge computing, and those are the next generation product that everyone want to see and everyone want to use. And Inspur has over 30 years working hardware, optimizing solution, working with customer hand to hand. I think this is where the community will eventually have to do is not everyone has very unique product, but as a community, we should having all this different uniqueness and come together as a joint design and which can adopt a wider adoption. So more people can buy the same product but with the optimization for specific workload. And I think that's what the ultimate goal for Open Compute Project, because you don't want to create a unique product and you can only buy and consume by yourself. You want the entire community to be on it. And then that's why we initiate the general purpose enterprise project with several OEMs out there. And we want to standardize the spec and make sure there will be a wider adoption for this product and everyone can have a reliable product down the road. And then of course, you have different choices of vendor that you already in your supply chain, or you want to introduce a new supplier because they have a product. And I think that's one of the goals we have foresee the next focus point for Open Compute Project. A second focus point I think the Open Compute Project can do is bringing down the total cost of ownership. Obviously, the CapEx side, if as a community collectively, we have decided what we want to produce and there's enough collectively accumulated value, we can definitely bring down the cost and modularize the design, and we don't reinvent the wheel for the hardware. And just what we call in Inspur, we call it common building blocks. If we can actually reuse the building blocks multiple times, and then that increase the reliability and of course lower the cost. And on the OPEX side of it, I think many subject groups in the community already is trying to innovate it on different power delivery and cooling solutions, and those are the OPEX part of the equation that the community is also focused on to make sure we have the most optimized solution and power delivery to power on our IT equipment. So those are the things I would say it's really important, and we have to stay focused as a community for the Open Compute project. Specifically to Inspur, I think our focus point for the next decade on Open Compute will be higher adoption rate. Inspur had a lot of success, tremendous success in selling optimized rack solution to the hyperscaler data center. However, we do see a trend in telco, finance, medical, manufacturing, everywhere. Everyone is adopting some form of OCP. It could be as small as OCP NIC card 3.0, or it could be an entire rack solution integrated for them. And some of the company was able to enjoy about 30% of the TCO saving based on CapEx and OPEX. And Inspur will continue to drive that innovation and then pushing the adoption to enterprise. And what we believe is if we have found a solution invested in our engineering resources from the community, and then we have achieved some sort of optimization, we should push it to a wider standardization. Basically put it into a standard product that can purchase as a 1U or 2U or 2U for now. Why reinvent the wheel if we have achieved some sort of optimization by working with some customer or by working with the OCP community? Those are the things we want to achieve and continue to focus ourselves into. Of course, another thing is a supply chain. We continue to work with joint design with the manufacturing such as silicons, commodities, rack suppliers, operating system, and ISV solutions. And we want to integrate all this into design that could be really adaptable and purchased, consumed by some of the enterprise customers that we have. They don't have to run through talking to all these different partners, right, in their supply chain. They can only talk to Inspur, and then we will provide an optimized solution for them to consume. They only have to deal with Inspur in order to achieve their infrastructure needs. And I think that's gonna be the focus point for Inspur in the next decade to promoting OCP. Thank you.